What's up, motherfuckers? Mark from Destiny here. I just made a video about selling an eBay business, and then I remembered, I figured that would be the last video I'll do for today. But then I remembered a comment I saw in the Honest Dropshippers group yesterday or the day before, and I was like, what the fuck? So I'll tell you what the comment is, and then I'll get into it. So someone commented that they lost their eBay account for selling counterfeit items on eBay, right? I think that's funny because I've sold counterfeit items on eBay. I want to say like 5 years, like when I first started drop shipping. I met this dude Joel. I don't want to, he's a fucking, anyway, I met this guy Joel. He even came to Nicaragua to meet me, and he was selling counterfeit items on eBay. And the margins were crazy, and I'll say exactly what it is. But so we, at the time, we were selling like counterfeit DVDs, like the training DVDs, like P90X and that type of shit. And I also think like counterfeit like hair irons, like those things that you straighten your hair with. I can't remember what they were called. And at the time, I wanted, like, I was so desperate to make money, I wanted to pretend, or I wanted to tell myself it was okay to sell these counterfeit items, right? But it's fucking stupid. And a lot of people would really talk about the stuff, that type of stuff, but whatever. It didn't last long, but just stick with me here. So I used to, like, I remember Joel, I was like, dude, this had to be counterfeit. Look at the price we get out. He's like, no, these guys produce this stuff in China. It is just the same warehouse that like sells it on the side or whatever. The bottom line is fucking counterfeit. Whether it's the same warehouse or a different warehouse bootlegging the shit. In China, that's legal. Outside of China, it's not, right? Like China doesn't have like a lot of copyright and intellectual property and patent laws, right? Culturally, China like manufacturers just copy shit and make it better, but whatever, or sell it for less. So the thing about selling, but the crazy thing about when you sell these items on eBay is that eBay gives you a warning. eBay gives you a first warning and a second warning. So when I was selling these things on eBay, like I was selling one, and like I remember I was using like 5 different accounts, like me, a couple of my friends, and we'll sell them in like cycles, but the margins were so high it was worth it, right? So I remember like you would get a counterfeit notice and they'll be like, we took down your listings because of copyright violation or some bullshit, and then you'll get a second notice and then they'll shut you down, right? So the truth is you don't really have a reason to get your eBay account shut down. If you got it shut, so the guy in the Honest Dropshippers group was like, I got my eBay account shut down for selling counterfeit items. How do I go about getting another eBay account? So you shouldn't have gotten your account shut down for counterfeit selling, because you would have gotten warnings before and you should have just fucking stopped. But a lot of people would not talk to the position of these, like how I felt at the time, how any of you felt feeling trying to sell these items. Now it's really like, luckily I took the notice from eBay seriously and I stopped, right? And luckily I moved away from that and I continued. But I know what it is to, like, you found a way. I know some of you may be like, okay, I just need to, because I was like this. I was thinking I'll just sell like 50 or 20 or 100, make some money and then keep going. It's not worth it. Like, those of you guys who've been involved in similar stuff would know that, like, you would say that, but then you'll keep pushing it, pushing the envelope, or pushing the limit. And that is why I'm sure this guy who made that comment in the Honest Dropshippers group lost the account, because it will seem like a good idea. It would seem like you're not hurting anyone. It would seem like, okay, I could just make a couple hundred, a couple grand, and then keep it moving legitimately, but it's really not worth it. Like my suggestion, like the reason why I put out so many videos on YouTube about eBay dropshipping and sharing a lot of information I have is because like eBay dropshipping has given me an opportunity to do something and just make money at home, right? And like pay my bills, and I make like a lot of money now, but the thing is, between myself, like Becky has a channel, Jack has a channel, the Hustle Husbands, there are a lot of paid courses, David Vu and stuff. There's enough information out there where, no, it's better. There's enough information out there where you don't have to go down that road. So hopefully, those of you guys who see this, who may be doing this, who may not, who may be thinking about it, who never have, hopefully like I would have helped you guys somehow with my experience and that's the little advice that I have, right? Like the reason why I am not like, and this comes into something else someone asked me, why I'm not like the other YouTubers that like focus on the flash and focus on all that type of stuff, is because I started with nothing and was able to get to wherever the fuck, I guess success at what people would want to think, or what it is, like how people define success monetarily a lot of the time. And because I've been able to do that, and it was so difficult, and at the time I didn't have anyone that was just direct with me, any information that was clear cut and no fucking bullshit and no dancing around and all these bells and whistles, that is one of the reasons why I try to like stick to that. Like I know I curse and I'm fucking emotional and I say all this madness, and that's just who the fuck I am, right? But outside of that, I like to give you guys straight talk to help you guys make money for the long term, as long as possible, and learn from the mistakes I've made, and maybe and the successes I've had, and mistakes that other people have made, and the successes they've had. So yeah, so I just figured I'll share that. It was really interesting. Like Becky is doing some stuff today. That's why my videos she's still here, but that's why my videos, she's not in the videos. Anyway, love you guys. Travel to make that money. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Look in the description for the free shit. And yeah, if you have any experience doing this crazy shit as well, let me know. Later. Bye.